Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. This week I wanted to discuss how it is being a full-time worker as a nanny, as well as being a mom the rest of the time, while feeling overwhelmed and burnt out. Before I dive into the video, I wanted to show you guys what me and my daughter did throughout the week. We did stop by one of my favorite stores that I don't get to go to as often, which is a local Amish store. As you see, they do free milling there, so I have to go back for that. But we got a lot of really good ingredients and good products. They have really good cheap prices for things like all-purpose flour and whole grain wheat flour. I got some veggie noodles and some treats for my daughter, some alphabet noodles. These things I can't find anywhere, and I just love going places that have good ingredients. So while you're enjoying this video this week, I wanted to go over how to get over the overwhelm while you are working. Because honestly, being a mom is a job in itself. I give working moms and full-time moms and even stay-at-home moms all props, because being a mom is not only a blessing, but it is hard work and it can be overwhelming. We are expected, and also we need to be present and be positive and showcase grace with our children so that they can be raised and brought up in the best way possible. This is very overwhelming at times because we are only human as mothers, and sometimes we show our own emotions. We, make mistakes, and it happens. That's why I wanted to make this video, because I wanted to go over ways in two different categories. One being physical, how we can physically help ourselves by taking care of some of the burden when it comes to work and making things easier in our home. And then also the mental aspect. How do we make ourselves as mothers and even as fathers and stay-at-home workers, how can we help feeling less burnt out and have a more functional mindset on a daily basis? Some tips I can give about the mental aspect. Maybe pausing for a second. Number one, pause and be present. Spending time with those around you are very important, and it can really help me feel more at ease on a daily basis. Putting down the phone, setting it on the phone for a second so that you can completely reset your mind. Sometimes social media has a way of attracting us and making us feel like we need to open our phone, but we don't. And sometimes when I purposefully put my phone down, or even put it upstairs because I don't want to walk all the way upstairs to get my phone, it resets my mind and kind of gets me centered. Another thing would be maybe doing some things you like. I actually love to bake, but I love to paint. I love to read. I do love most of all spending time with my family, but doing crafts. I love to draw with my daughter, those kinds of things. Maybe taking a day to go to a thrift store, or buying that special pizza that you really want that maybe is $20 for that personal pizza, but you're just treating yourself every now and then. Buying some flowers to put on your kitchen table, or in my case, buying a plant, buying some new seeds, maybe buying some chocolates. I know this is kind of contradictive when it comes to minimalism and affordability and staying in budget, but it's one thing here and there, and sometimes your mind and mental state is worth more. I would have to say with the mental state, now this may be contradictive for some, and I respect everybody's opinions and beliefs in their own, but for me, one of the biggest things that has helped me lately is prayer. I haven't talked much about religion and my faith, which I may in another video, but prayer this year and even last year has helped me become a whole new person. I pray about greed and anger and frustration. I pray about pain and even burnt out and my dreams, and it really helps me move on to the next step and feel whole. So I would highly recommend maybe turning to faith or finding a way to get yourself centered. So here are some physical work tips for you that I use in my home to make things easier. I make lists. I have notebooks everywhere, pens everywhere. I'm sure you could see in a couple of my videos that I have a dry erase board on my fridge. This is so if we have an ingredient or a product in our home that we need, such as toothpaste or, what have you, I can write that down so that I don't forget while I'm doing groceries later on. Another tip is laundry. I have mentioned laundry many times, and this is because I struggle with laundry. I have always had baskets everywhere. As you can see in this video, I have piles of laundry that I need to put away. Usually I have a makeup day on Saturday if I skip a couple days, but I find that if I keep to my small load process during the week by doing 1 or 2 loads during the week and putting them away, I don't have this pile up like you see here. But life happens, and it's good to plan for that catch-up day if needed. I don't really do this during the weekends because I enjoy a little sleep-in time. That's an extra tip for you. Sleep in when you can. But I wake up early during the week to have some me time and read my Bible, take a shower. I wake up at 5:30 a.m. And I'm not really a morning person necessarily, but when I made this switch after having my daughter and having to be somewhere in the morning with my daughter, it completely changed my mood and set me up for success for the rest of the day. Another helpful tip is potentially freezing leftovers. Right here I'm making mac and cheese for my daughter. I actually mixed carrots and milk and I blended it and am freezing it so that I can use that in sauces and whatnot. My daughter has a hard time eating vegetables. I tend to blame it on myself because I didn't give her as many vegetables. But I blended carrots and the milk and made mac and cheese. I even ate it and I could hardly taste it. So freezing leftovers, doing prep, I made extra of that mac and cheese and froze it so that I could have that for my daughter on another day that I'm feeling kind of lazy and like I don't want to cook. Well, I truly appreciate you being here with me while I'm cooking in the background and spending a reset Saturday with my daughter. I know things can be hard as a working mom, even a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad. Things can feel overwhelming, but it's important to have that routine, to take some time for yourself, and even just to take a breath and do some things for you, whether that be baking or eating that special treat. Just take a moment to breathe. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in my next video.